Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Jewels channel. This is episode 1, brand new channel. This is going to be a group of like-minded investors who see the value in cryptocurrency and decentralized financial system that it represents. And we want to back the blockchain and thereby have agreed amongst each other to share some of our time in creating content like this so that we can help family, friends, and even eventually followers carefully, safely navigate and claim their stake in the hugely, fastly growing, mass adopted area of cryptocurrency. And that's kind of like the goal and idea of the Crypto Jewels. Justin and Austin can't be here today, but I am going to hold down the fort as we get this first one kicked off. And I want to jump right into some of the charts and things and explain what I'm seeing, what I did recently, and what you can do maybe, but I do have to get some of the disclaimers out of the way. I will hit some more later, but obviously anything I say is my opinion. I am just providing this as education for you, my friends, family, and followers to learn and use this information wisely in your own lives if you choose, or just use it as entertainment purposes. But I am trying to be an educational source as well as Justin and Austin so that you can, again, navigate the very treacherous waters of this decentralized fear. And with all the fear and uncertainty and doubt, word number one right there, FUD, is a jargon that you might hear, but it basically means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what the media is all about. They're trying to scare you to sell. And I'm going to get into the Wyckoff a little bit. I'm going to touch on some very complicated, advanced ideas that are theory and hypothesis. But I'm also going to do some basic what is a limit order explanation. So if you're just getting started, you can have a baseline of education. And if you're more advanced already and already trading a little bit and really just here for some of the theory and analysis, we're definitely going to get right into that. So hang on, it's going to be a rad. Without further ado, let me get right into what I'm excited about is ADA. So if you don't know, ADA is Cardano. Cardano community is represented a lot of times by ADA, which is their ticker for the actual cryptocurrency. So what I like about Cardano is they founded it, and when they found the founder is an incredible guy, first of all, super smart guy and very humble too. But I learned a lot about him and his plan, and I really support Cardano. So without further ado, I have been looking to buy more Cardano, suffice to say. And so therefore I put in some limit orders here and actually hit some last night at about, what is that, 4:30 a.m. Hit some of my limit orders. As I saw this coming down, I was looking at some of these resistance levels. And so if you're new, you don't know what a resistance level is, basically it means that there is a large level of support, and you can see it visually here on this plateau, and that's why I like Kraken, which is this site here that you're seeing, I'm showing you. It's Kraken, it's European-based exchange, and it's one of the largest ones. And it's a very powerful website. I highly recommend it. That's where I'm doing most of my trading right now. And I did put in some buy limit orders, and I have a defensive position here, you can see. Even further down, if it continued to fall, I had a position here to even pick up more. I am committed to buying ADA, and I thought it was a very strong position. Right now, putting a buy order in above $1 is potentially, you have a potential to pick it up. But if you put it below $1, you're really kind of far off. You're way down here, which is where you're seeing it right down there. Right now, that seems like a long ways off. But if we break some of these upper resistance levels, that's the next level. And I kind of predicted that when I went to bed up here in this area, and that's why I put some of these limit orders in and was able to pick it up. But honestly, it could have been better. I could have picked it up down here, obviously, right? You can never be perfect, but I did know that I wanted to buy more. You have to know if you're going to buy a cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin, which is this obviously is ADA. This is Cardano. then you need to really, 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 really believe in that project and understand the fundamentals of where it's going. Because you don't invest unless you understand. As an investor, this is where my background is. You don't invest in something that you don't know what it is, and you don't know what utility it provides, what use case it has, and what real value, intrinsic value it has to offer to bring to the table. That you should pull out your dollars and buy it. I mean, it's that simple. I've done that background, so that's why I was like, I'm going to buy some more. I already have a pretty good sized position in it. Speaking of that, I wanted to show you. Right now, I have 200 or 2,000, almost 200, 2,120 Cardano staked on the Kraken, and it's super easy. Staking is actually like the number one thing why I would tell a new person to invest in real estate. I mean, in crypto over real estate, because I am from real estate and startup investing. And I've done a lot of real estate. I've done 10 years of real estate. It's not passive. But staking is passive. It really is. It is using your assets on the blockchain to generate passive income. That's as plain as I can put it. And there is always risk. But in this case, Kraken is taking up a lot of that risk for me. I might not get the highest return. I know you'll see a lot of people out there. I know for some of you, you might see this, some of you might not at all, but you might see some of these people trying to advertise their staking pool as getting a lot of money and a high return, and they have higher rates of return. But you're going to have a longer unbonding period. And I don't want to get technical with it, but basically, unbonding can allow you to have a period of time where you can't get it. And so that doesn't make it liquid. For me, having a cryptocurrency easily liquidable is very valuable utility. And that's one of the primary, fabrics of some of these cryptocurrencies is it actually is a liquid asset, so you can sell it. So bonding it, quote unquote, or staking it at a independent staking pool can be more profitable, but it also bonds it for a certain period of time. So be wary about that and always know what you're getting and understand what you're doing when you're staking that before you do it, obviously. I recommend holding on some of the major exchanges just because it's a lot easier to send to other people. It's a lot easier to send back to your bank. It's a lot easier to stake and unstake. In this case, Kraken makes it super easy. You simply hit this button here to stake and hit this button here to unstake, and you choose how much. I already have 25 Polkadot that I also picked up last night with some limit buys, and 350 Kava, which I hadn't staked before, hadn't even owned before until last night, but I had been doing some research and decided, you know what, I want to buy some. Looks like we might have a little buy opportunity. I watched the dip, I studied the particular chart, I put in the limit orders. I'll show you how to do that. If you need help, ask me. Very simple. And voila, I staked it immediately after I bought it, and I'm already got 9 cents in a day. In a day. One day on my 350 staking balance here, which really represents, and it's actually gone up in value since I bought it quite a bit already. So, I mean, that's obviously a 1 day snapshot. It could go down from there, you don't know. But I already received rewards from holding Kava because it claims I'm getting 20% here. I mean, I'm going to test it. I'm willing to test it. I'm a high risk investor. I consider myself a very, very, very high risk tolerance. Okay, so whatever your profile is for risk, be very careful. But Cardano, 4 to 6. I've already got what, $4.35 in a couple weeks of having Cardano, and I just bought 500 of that last night. I told you. Anyways, I don't want to harp on that too much, but the staking is the primary one of the main staking and liquidity. The ease of staking on Kraken specifically, and the liquidity, being able to quickly unstake it and then sell it and get my funds back to my bank if I need to pay some bills, is awesome. I cannot do that with real estate. I mean, no way. Like, I've been investing in real estate for 10 years, and man, it's a lot of work, guys. It's not passive. Trust me when I tell you. Owning real estate, owning rental properties, no matter how you really set it up, it's never passive. You always have something, some sort of burden, even if it is just the tax burden and an additional tax form to fill out. Guys, investing in crypto is a really good way to generate passive income on a very small dollar. I mean, you don't have to have 20 grand to buy Cardano. You can buy into Cardano for a couple $100 or 50 bucks, $100, whatever, you know? You can't buy a real estate asset like that. Real estate assets are super expensive. People are fighting over them right now. It's not a good route. So investors are flocking to crypto, I believe, and I'm one of them. I'm like, okay, I'll take my passive income on this, and watch it go up in value as crypto markets in general. Long term, if you're a long term person, you're not worried about it. You're going to buy these, hold these, stake these, and make passive income along the way. That's just my opinion. But Cardano, I bought $1.11. It's already up to $1.20. Even after with a big pullback, it hit $1.30. Honestly, I wish I had bought more, to be honest. And I'm probably trying to buy more, to be honest, more Cardano soon, if and when she comes back down closer to the dollar range. But I want to talk to you a little bit about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin and the Wyckoff theory is, something that's a big topic out there, and a lot of people are, you know, concerned if with their investment. Like, there's a lot of people that bought Bitcoin at $65,000, and now it's 33. It's 135. So is this some big manipulation thing that's going on? What should I do? What is my move? If I've got money invested in a 401k or an IRA or just my personal investment, people are frantic for answers. And I'm trying to help people understand that there is a bigger picture here. If you look at it on a daily, it can be very emotional. People get caught up in, oh my gosh, it's crashing. We hit all the way down to 28. It's oh my gosh, it's back up to 34. Like it's time to sell, and then it's back down. You see, Bitcoin has these fits and these ups and downs all the time because it's being mass adopted by hundreds and hundreds of countries, millions and millions of people spread across an entire globe of civilization, some of which are only now, guys, some of which are only now getting internet. Guys, realize that a large part of Africa is just now getting internet because of the Starlink system. And I don't know a ton about that, but I do know that bringing internet to a developing world is, a good, boost to their economy. They're going to leapfrog. If you haven't looked into leapfrogging technology-wise, I can give you kind of a quick rundown on that. Leapfrogging technology-wise basically means they're going to skip a step. And Africa might just get to skip the whole internet through cables on the ground or in power poles situation, and they might go straight to internet directly from the Starlink system. So that saves them a lot of infrastructure costs, and they can kind of leapfrog back into the game because they're as a world power, Africa is not a world power. It's all divided, it's all separate, it's all, chopped up, different currencies, different governments, different resources, different everything, politics. And I don't want to go into all the politics right now. This is a crypto channel, but crypto is investment. Investment, has political ramifications and tax ramifications, and therefore you have to get into a little bit of if you're going to really understand some of this. But I want you to zoom out in the big picture and look at where we're at in the big picture. This is the big picture of Bitcoin. It's a monstrous run up, and it's just a massive correction. And it's actually retested this correction. If you continue to zoom in, it's tested this spot quite a few times. Guys. This is interesting because as we approach, let me show you. As we approach this view, this is what you see, why people are seeing the Wyckoff, okay? So if you are looking at this and saying, okay, I've heard the Wyckoff, what does that mean? It's basically a professor slash researcher slash Wall Street guy who came up with a way to make a bunch of money and manipulate the market. Bottom line, a strategy by which you could potentially manipulate the market. And that's in boiled down terms, guys. So don't try to tell me, oh, here's the quote for this, you got it wrong. No, I'm just telling you, I'm trying to boil down, give you concise information, and provide the relevant information so you can make informed decisions on your own. But that said, let's go ahead and like be honest with ourselves and compare some of these moves right here and right here to what I have here prepared. Look at this. We have the distribution we just all saw at the top, and now we're experiencing the we're potentially experiencing the accumulation. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, guys, look. If we go back, see these moves right here, and then there's another lower one. Okay, one last test. This is a little bit more condensed than this pattern on the top, testing this top number and pushing back versus testing this bottom number and pushing up. This is what people are seeing. I didn't see this. I'm really glad people pointed this out, show you that this is how it potentially could have played out, why they pushed it down if these whale addresses were leaving, and yes, lots of whales were selling. It's confirmed later via on-chain metrics, meaning AKA facts and data, that whales were leaving. So now we are confirming the opposite. We're confirming that whales are joining the wallet addresses of basically the wallet addresses of whales with more whales defined as addresses with 10 to 100 Bitcoin or more in terms of valuation in altcoins or otherwise, Bitcoin or Ethereum primarily. Those are whales, and whether or not they're moving to an exchange or off, they're always on the network and you can always see. So that's like the beauty of the blockchain. People don't realize that you can actually track that, and people do. And people have the time to track some of these bigger whales and see exactly where they did move their money and how much and when. And you can kind of put some of these two and two together. I'm not saying that's like, okay, some sort of handbook that people hand out, and I'm just saying that's some of the rumor that's going on. And I wanted to explain to you guys in a very easy to understand way. Bam, there's a big pull. We're right here. If we are following along on that accumulation phase, we are in the final spot to buy low. And in that off chance, I went ahead and put in some more long positions, as I already explained to you. Primarily bought, oh no, actually, I 100% bought tokens, coins, cryptocurrencies that provide a passive income, a staking or a yield provided directly and immediately and easy to liquidate. So in my opinion as an investor, not that this is financial advice, but like I invested in it because it's passive income, and those blockchains seem to have a use case that could last a long time. I didn't invest in it because Elon Musk said so. I didn't invest in it because some sort of Wyckoff manipulation is going on. I invested in it because I think it's going to be a long-term good investment. That said, short-term, it's looking like this is playing out exactly how some of these people kind of said it was. But long-term, look, you get the perspective, you understand, okay, crypto came to him from nothing and is now something. And we are bouncing around this 30 to 40K range more. And we only recently broke the 40, tested it, and came back for a lower low even than previous. Okay? That does again kind of line up with this accumulation schematic from the Wyckoff accumulation plan. It's the playbook. That said, I'm still buying ADA and Kava for the first time. I'm not scared. I'm still adding to my staking balance here so that I can get that passive income, which just started on Kraken, but I have more on other platforms. Coinbase gives you passive. You can do it on Coinbase app. It's super easy. Coinbase, I have some on Binance already now staking. They make it easy to stake, so why not? Why not get that passive income and invest in long-term projects that I see for real, like this one, Cardano. Um, I see them helping Africa really come together as a nation with one cryptocurrency. Is that the goal right now? No, but I see that could potentially as a massive moonshot for ADA. So uh, I'm really bullish on Cardano, and I want to make that up front. But anyways, getting into some other news. So we have a major announcement that the MLB will now have FTX ads. What that means is um, cryptocurrency exchange, this FTX, is now broken into the very lucrative and very potentially, no offense to anyone, very easy slam dunk kind of advertising. The people that watch sports, watch professional sports, tend to be very easy to advertise to, um, costly, very costly marketing, but also very specific and very direct, and usually very high rate of return. Which means, I mean, basically, bottom line I'm telling you is FTX spent a lot of money to break into Major League Baseball sponsorship as the first crypto exchange. They spent a lot of money. That means they think they're going to get their money back, and I'm telling you they probably will, honestly. But I'm just telling you from the perspective of marketing and the money there that just required to be the first in there. They think they're going to get a big return on that. So what's that tell you? And this one, I have a lot to say about the El Salvador situation, but just so I can sum it up for you guys here, make it easy. Basically, a few weeks ago at the conference, at the Bitcoin conference in Miami, which was pretty cool, I heard, they announced the dictator, that's what he is, guys. He's a dictator. He announced that they were going to accept Bitcoin. The International Monetary Fund was like, "Say what now? Are you serious? Remember that million? No, it was like it's 100 million. It's a big number, guys. I don't know what the number is. Uh, a big number. They got strings attached, and they like, wait a minute. So El Salvador's sham, lawmakers wrote a law right away. So everyone was like, wait, what? Oh, he didn't just say it and like not mean it. He actually is for real about it and making it happen, so much so that businesses operating in El Salvador have 90 days to start accepting Bitcoin or else. Like, I mean, they have to, period. You can't not. It's not an option. You have to because it's legal tender. And the International Monetary Fund was like, whoa! So we're gonna see articles on El Salvador for a long time, guys. A long time. We're gonna see El Salvador because it's not done yet. They just like said, hey, do it, and they're doing it, and now the International Money Fund organizations are like, hang on now, we need to get our hands in. And so El Salvador most recently, it's not pulled up here, but recently they're like, okay, well, we won't accept altcoins. We'll just accept Bitcoin. Does that make you happy? And yeah, at least they were like, well, at least it's not like a bunch of else cryptocurrencies running rampant over here. I mean, they don't actually have any physical control over a country that's run by a dictator. They have perceived control. They have bullying power. They have political sway because they're an international organization. So they can just push on El Salvador a little bit, but they can't really actually enforce anything. And so that's something to keep in mind, guys, when you're thinking about the interactions of some of these announcements is, well, just because someone says this doesn't mean anything. Well, okay, the dictator said it, but then the lawmakers made it and then they actually implemented it and now they're actually doing it in El Salvador. It's not just a news article. They are doing it and now we're going to see it back and forth with El Salvador and other parties, which there are a lot, guys. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot of parties on this, even though it seems kind of cut and dry on the surface. You're not always seeing everything. So you got to read into that a little bit. And I hope that me like helping you look at some of these news information in a concise way provides information and value to you guys. That's what I'm here to do with the crypto jewels, guys. So if you are enjoying some of the information I provided you, please hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of my episodes that we try to get to you as the weeks unfold. I do need to take this moment right now to actually do a couple more disclaimers. I am actually a licensed real estate agent with Missouri, and here it is on their website. still living in Irving, but licensed in Missouri. So I will help you with some real estate. Disclaimer. So that is, I am an agent. Just wanted to display all that. And to that end, I'm with the Aristocrat Realty Company. Okay. And I do adhere to a strict code of ethics. So just getting that on the table, guys, so you all understand anything that I'm providing, any information I'm providing, I am putting my word out there. My code of honor is actually very high, and I have a high level of integrity, not just personally, but I am held to higher standards because of this certification as well. Not that it's related, but I am a licensed real estate agent as well. Anyways, so being a licensed agent, I do get access to some of this information. One of those pieces of information that I find very useful in times of economic decision making time, which is now and always really, is keeping a pulse, keeping on the pulse of real estate market. So everyone's like, okay, what's happening with the real estate market? Are we crashing? Are we going to have a bubble again from the 2008? A lot of people think that the bubble never really finished with 2008, and they didn't ever even lose they didn't change their plans enough. They didn't change their liquidity and their risk taking even hardly at all. They just took the penalties and moved on. And so we're going to have another one to penalize them again. But I don't know, guys. I don't know when we're going to crash. All I know is the value of real estate keeps skyrocketing. As you can see right here, this is a year over year on closed sales. Real estate is transacting. People are making moves. People are paying more money and quicker and closing faster. Like, let me just boil it down for you. It is a hot market, okay? I'm watching these numbers. I'm keeping an eye on it, but it's really not more complicated at this moment than that. If you're in real estate, stay in real estate. Uh, Consider liquidating and going to crypto because it's a good time to liquidate. That is just personal advice, is not advice of any organization that I'm affiliated with. That is just my personal opinion of what I did. I liquidated some of my real estate assets recently and moved into some crypto assets. Just total disclaimer. And so I saw some of these moves, some of these ups in real estate as an opportunity to take some profits. I've been in real estate again for 10 years, guys. I've been in real estate for 10 years, collecting rent for 10 years. And I can tell you, it's not passive. You go back to this staked asset that I have here on Kraken. This is fully passive. I didn't do anything but put this here and then check back on it. And that is passive. Okay? Real estate, people try to tell you it's passive. It's not. Okay? Cryptocurrency is the future. That is what we believe. I think the blockchain is here to stay. The technology is very, very powerful. The on-chain information did not change. Just now, what is happening is manipulation. And that is, again, 100% opinion. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm investing in crypto because I think this is battling back against those people that are trying to control us. I'm not selling my Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm not selling my Cardano. I'm not selling a lot of my assets in crypto. I'm buying. I'm accumulating, guys. Guys, I'm trying to, again, flow with the whale here. I am not trying to, they are accumulating here because they see it as a good price. When you zoom out, it is an amazing price. When you zoom out, if you bought it up here, you have nothing to do but hold. You have to hold, guys. Guys, if you bought it in this range up here, 50 to 60, even in the 40s, you got to hold. You got to understand the same thing that you bought it for at 50K. It's still the same Bitcoin. Okay? Just the manipulation of the price in a temporary guys, this is a temporary blip on the bigger look of where cryptocurrency is going. And so I'm here to encourage you a little bit in holding your tokens, even buying in positions that you might want to add to is a good time as we look at this bounce just starting to form on this day chart, just starting to form a green wave for the first time. Are we going to hold that? I don't know. if we look at a closer wick, we do have two 12-hour wicks. So I guess we do technically have a full day up, just barely, just barely. We got to keep an eye on that, and hopefully I'll be providing you guys with some more information as the days go on. But that was basically all the news I wanted to hit for today. Again, I appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the shares on your other media platforms would be appreciated for those of you that are looking for knowledge and information that is both a safe and trusted source and a local source. I'm from Kansas City and in living here in Texas, and my buddy Justin and Austin are going to be on here helping us get some information for you guys. And I've got a team put together for the crypto jewels, and I hope you guys like it. And I will sign off with that.